played the first match in program history at the Schottenstein Center a couple weeks ago. Alex Acevedo gets things started, and Emmy Selman, the star freshman, who's been unfolding before Ohio State's very eyes.
Matches of 40-plus assists.
One of 29 college players with a triple-double. Off the Selman serve, Phoebe Awalea.
And 4 blocks to go along with it.
Her sister Marin played for Keegan Cook at Washington. Lydia Grote, formerly of Cal. Emily Lundot is denied by Kalissa Minity.
And not go outside of it.
Webker, the outside hitter and defensive specialist hybrid, serves. And on the slide, Kalissa Minity comes through. 2 kills on 2 swings. Schaffmaster to Hansen. Selman dives to stop. Here's Lundot looking for her first kill. A joust at the net, and Julia Hansen wins the battle.
Angry when she's out there on the floor. Not at anybody, but it seems that she's angry at the ball because she wants to get it to the ground so much.
On the other end, Lundot is denied. Selman can't save it, and the vaunted Minnesota block. Emily Lundot, 2-time All-American, 4-time All-Big Ten, serves it away. Schaffmaster, quick pass, and it's Kalissa Minity.
An even stronger defensive presence up at the front. I love this game plan from Coach Cook.
Selman looks for set point. Wooker meets it in the back row. Hansen delivers. Awalea backs it up. And set one belongs to Ohio State.
So far in this season.
Ohio State took 17 of the last 26 points.
Graphics that you're playing in the arena, it means so much to everybody involved, and that's why they keep doing it on one of the fastest growing women's sports in the country. Rader's been doing that as well. It's something about that middle block position or setter position that Schaffmaster plays.
And Lundot and Rader.
Oh, all right, we have to do everything in our power to keep the ball away from her.
Schaffmaster tried the swipe. And Minnesota ends a 5-0 Ohio State run as Kaylee Engelman, redshirt junior middle blocker from Excelsior, Minnesota. A midair Riley Rader comes through.
You can go deep into a roster like that if you're Minnesota.
Faster than a speeding bullet, Julia Hansen. Buckeyes seeking to take back-to-back sets. Minnesota not going away. Hansen keeps it in play. Here's Webker. Hansen inbounds. Julia Hansen coming alive.
Power not afraid to jump out of the gym either.
The fans are getting the matchup that they paid for. Here's Lundot again. Denied. Looking to engineer a comeback. Riley Rader skies. Hansen rises and hits. Brandewee's been a microwave today. 5 kills on 6 swings. Palabiak to Schaffmaster to Awalea. Emily Lundot tips it through.
Watch her as well. She's right next to Webker and Brandewee on this near side preparing a swing.
Lundot, first set 2. She's got it.
Best ball we've seen in a couple weeks, partner, and it's the energy, the intensity, and the ferocity of Jennifer Oldenburg's squad.
Winners in 4 of its last 5, but they're going to need to come all the way back to try and take this one, and the Buckeyes seeking their second-ranked win this year. They're on the right track. And Minnesota's done that. They have 2 top 10 wins this year. Emmy Selman is denied. Who else but Phoebe Awalea?
It's got to feel great for her confidence, and the other team may not have as much film on some of the other players.
They ruled that a net violation, but Melanie Schaffmaster with the dump.
What you do is trust the system and trust your process, and we've now seen how much she's been able to jump and accelerate her career in her junior season.
Ohio State won the first set 25-16, next set 25-18, but Minnesota extends its lead to 3.
Through these sets, and you start to realize smaller and smaller things. Maybe you get an inkling of information from your players on the court itself, the way a defense plays, the way an offense has been. And then it lets you do stuff like this.
Palabiak with a soft serve. Emily Lundot makes Minnesota pay. Minnesota trying to get back to the NCAA tournament, looking to try and get a host for their community in Minneapolis. Webker is rejected. Up to over 200 for the first time since the first couple of swings. Palabiak with a diving save. Lundot couldn't capitalize on the overpass. Tumen finds a sliding Lundot, sails it.
Whatever your opponent does.
Not much spin on the serve from Rader, a knuckler. And the Buckeyes win the point.
Comes back and gets the victory.
That victory could end a 4-match losing streak. Here's Selman. Inbounds.
If you're Ohio State, you now realize we have to be as physical, if not more, than the opponent.
9 blocks for Minnesota, 6 for Ohio State. A lot of physicality in this matchup. Hansen dives, Schaffmaster punches, back bump, over for Grote. And Lydia Grote with a roll shot.
A kill past the 10-foot line.
Palabiak, the serve. Tumen, the dish. Lundot, the tip. Inbounds.
So Ohio State has to get 2 more just to make it close in a beautiful touch over from Lundot.
The first set, Ohio State won by 9. Second set, they won by 7. This one's going to come down to the final points. Still set point for the Golden Gophers. Lundot, too tall, and Minnesota takes set 3, but Jen Flynn Oldenburg is going to challenge. Perspective, partner, you hit the nail on the head. This change in the Big Ten has provided some more critical thinking among some of the leaders in these sports, especially at the Olympic level. So here we go for the 4th set. Reese Webker to get things started. It's 1-0 Ohio State.
It was that close. If you do it, you might get the inverse.
Emmy Selman on the serve, second on Ohio State with 13 kills. Phoebe Awalea
in between the net and the jersey.
And there's Julia Hansen with an answer. And Lydia Grote goes to serve. Again, missed the sweep of Northwestern on Wednesday. Selman steps into it. Minnesota coming off a set 3 victory, looking to cut within 1. Hansen rips it in.
So you feel comfortable with what you've been doing, and once you get 1, 1 turns to 2, 3 to 5, and so on and so forth.
119 aces as a team for Ohio State. Olivia Hasbrook has 18 of those. There she digs it. Tumen with a back set. Lundot from distance, knocked down. So Hansen with 18 kills, 6 digs, 2 blocks. Selman flies, and Palabiak punches it out of midair. You can see that international experience playing for the Turkish national team seething through. Mia Tumen knocks it with the left hand. Wooker, got it!
People yelling at you. It's a different experience from the pavilion that they play in.
And Jim Flynn Oldenburg said, we have an advantage when Ohio State plays at the Covelli Center.
Full body force was going to the other side of the court.
Out of system for Selman. Shotmaster drops it off to Wooker. She used Awalea as a decoy and takes advantage.
Getting used to it, of course, they have the travel days, or maybe it's just getting comfortable again with the system you're playing.
After some miscommunication, Olivia Hasbrook steps into one. Hansen drills it, and she's got it to go.
Down 4, if it gets any further, it could get difficult to come back.
Webker, sides out. Mia Tumen, the sophomore for Ohio State, is up to 45. Melanie Schaffmaster under the ball here has 41, and she's got 42 as there's another kill for the Golden Gophers. Selman denied.
Sometimes you see with these power swingers that they may not have the best when it comes to accuracy because of the power struggle. You don't see that with Hansen. She's got a mixture of both. She can swing it as hard as anybody can, like you see there, and she can plant it wherever she wants.
And for multiple spots on the floor, like you just saw. Minnesota now has 10 of the last 14 points.
No, that is just her and her time grinding in the NCAA.
And Era School and Amanda Willis cooking up another. Emmy Selman's magical campaign, and
she's slowly inching her way closer and closer.
Tumen has 7 matches with 50-plus assists.
Having Hasbrook out there and not the extra attacker.
Acevedo serves with 16 aces, won't get 17. Landot to side out. No, and Minnesota has forced a 5th and final set. 4th most assists among active D1 setters. Serves it away. Ohio State 0-2 in 5-set matches. Minnesota 3-4. Emmy Selman, a key fixture of this match. Can't put it away. She's going to give it another go. Off the changeup. Grote saves it. Palabiak reinserts it over. Selman. Palabiak right there. Here's Wooker. And Webker with a magical dig. This is electrifying. This is Wooker. And Webker right there. Tumen's tap is denied, but she pushes it over and in. Oh, what a rally. Mia Tumen to serve. 51 assists, 8th 50-plus assist match in her 2-year career, but her opposite delivers. What a job by Melanie Schaffmaster there. Cut the lead down to 2. Landot goes for it all, and Wooker right there to greet her. Julia Hansen has anchored Minnesota all day. Palabiak goes back to her. Reese Webker in the back row with a dig. All the way to Landot. And Wooker stands tall. Palabiak returns it. And Wooker retrieves it. And after a long, valiant fight, Emily Landot.
And same thing with the offense. If they're playing further back and you see another setup in the air, get ready for power.
It's a chess match to decide who can be the first to 15. Olivia Hasbrook ranges over. Landot with a tip, and Palabiak all over it. Here's Schaffmaster, a dump. Hasbrook a touch. Selman with a back bump, and Hasbrook sends it over. Off the slide, it's Minity.
It's louder, and then it's very silent on the other side where the Buckeye fans are.
Minnesota has 3 wins in 5 sets, one of them against then number 1 Texas. Minnesota takes the lead. Loaded up and capitalized, and Julia Hansen a big reason why. Free ball, got it! It's McKenna Wooker.
Time and time again.
Caitlin Hoffman, her first set tonight. And it's a serve. She's been used as a specialist, sophomore from Novi, Michigan. Emmy Selman, denied, but Landot backs her up. Selman again, no, and down, a block. Improved its efficiency up to .255 of a hitting percentage. And it's 14th block of the match.
Minnesota's now at a 61.5% success rate. Ohio State at 60.6.
It's match point Minnesota, but Ohio State's not done. Rader and Selman conjoin. Grote looks for the match win. Caitlin Hoffman says no. Grote tries it again. And Minnesota, once down, 2-0, win 3 straight sets and win a 5-set marathon with a 15-10 final frame victory.
Oregon known for being a veteran-laden team, but Matt Ulmer says the key to late season success. And for Purdue, this has been a really similar team to what we've seen over the last couple of years and talked about. And Collier, a lot of similarities all the way up and down the rosters as Chicoine, the best server for Purdue, gets them started the right way. Sweet 16, an Oregon sweep. No one home, Raven Colvin.
It all starts with her.
Michelle Oabete, the strongest server for Oregon. Chicoine tight to the net, tips Klein, good cover. Lofted up, over back onto the Purdue side. Back set, that connection is improved between Klein and Glover, leads to an overdig and a kill by Neal.
For this high-flying offense of the Oregon Ducks, just a few miscues on the side of the Boilermakers. They want that opportunity back. You could see it there. You look at these two teams, you think it's going to be a defensive showdown. Two of the best blocking teams. Has an ace picked up by Morris, but the numbers right now are actually the opposite to Taylor Anderson and her ability to deliver.
Hornung drops in an ace.
Gotta be able to find the space. So far, so good for the Boilermakers.
Time Oabete handles it, but Collier is stuffed.
To find the 5-6 seam and then shut it down, and this is exactly what
Anderson, the server. They're testing McClellan in her return from injury.
Adapt and make adjustments. Both of these coaches being tested this season.
That's out off of Chicoine. One, Nebraska still unbeaten. Penn State 18-1. Welcome back here as Chicoine gets roofed. Set point number 2. Really good server though in Chloe Chicoine. Overpass. And that whistle came in. Yeah, it was hard to hear with the crowd, but the overpass turns into a kill. First point of the set, and it's a slide kill by Lourdes Myers. There's a good block touch and the dig. But Oregon's block was there. One of the best left side blockers in the country is Collier.
Up in front of Raven Colvin on the slide. She usually loves to go back, knows the scouting report, presses back into the interior.
I don't know, he likes that matchup. And the other side block against Hudson.
Big time swing and a better block for Morgan.
Oregon early behind Wisconsin and blocking this here, and they're piling them up.
Again from that right side attack and creating another opportunity. This is just huge.
McClellan. Collier rejected. Been a lot of jousts in the early going. Oh, that's coming right to us. Watch out. What a save by Chicoine. And Ofebu puts it away.
A little bit in there.
More composed than I was feeling. And on the other side, they try and save, but a point for Oregon.
Really increased their passing numbers on a 3-point scale, sitting about a 2-1-3 for Oregon at a 2-0-3.
Hornung has been all over the place. And that's in. Chloe Chicoine.
Astonishing swing. She's got a massive double block in front of her, but Hornung picks that up off the right side of her body. And that last swing finds the kill in that exact location.
Short serve right there, and Collier upstairs. Anderson with those short serves, and Collier put in a bind. Easy play, really, for Carr. Effective serve. Good out-of-system swing by Chloe Chicoine, the #1 recruit in the country a couple of classes ago. Mackenzie Morris, the Kansas State transfer, led all Power 5 liberos in digs per set last year, has really emerged as the season has gone along, and that's a big roof. Oni Ofebu.
And it's an even number 17 for Purdue.
Hornung keeps it up. Purdue wants a double, I think, called there. But a chance for Oregon to end the set. They do! Collier is down, and Purdue is in disbelief at USC. Chicoine kicks off the third set. Good recycle there by Collier. Hudson out-of-system swing. Officials are not going to be perfect. We're not perfect. Nobody watching this is perfect. Mistakes happen, but we'll document it if they occur. And that block is closed off against the Oabete tip, so Purdue evens it up at 8. Back-to-back Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl 38-39. And she's there against Collier.
That right shoulder of Collier and then press back in to the left side.
Effective serve, and Morris able to negotiate that over, but a free ball. And Hudson takes advantage. Now, a couple of things to unpack there. The reason why they were challenging the touch is because the line judge
Cleaned that one up nicely.
kind of low on the set, and not something that Ofebu could handle. So Purdue
To be able to secure a win.
it's at the bottom of your screen. Nearly 50% of all ranked matchups in the Big Ten. Match point, and Oabete, the #1 point scoring server for Oregon, dumps it into the net right there. Well passed. Is there room to keep it in? There was. Back set, Glover tips. Just keeps it up. Here's Hudson for the set, into the block, and in!
Matt Ulmer right now, and he's motioning to his team, calming the hands down, saying, breathe. Because right now they were unable to find the tempo they were looking for on.
McClellan back from injury today with the key serve. Ofebu dug by McAleer. And that is a violation on Ofebu. Set point number 3, Purdue. And they win it. Raven Colvin on the third Purdue opportunity clinches the set at 29-27.
29-27 in this third set. Purdue is hanging on.
That were playing in front of her, and Kara McGee, Carson Bacon. She learns from them, at times push them, and now gets to shine in her redshirt senior year, Oni Ofebu. We start in the fourth set. Oh, Collier reacting there to that faster set.
It's going to be there. She has to be able to find ways to score points, and it's going to be off that high block touch.
Is there anything you can do there? Like, should we see Oregon try to pull the hands back at all on some of these? Or do you have to just live with it if you're Oregon? As Ofebu connects.
Window and great vision to the other side.
is blocked. The match again, Cameron, we're going to talk about what's at stake. Week 15 in terms of RPI, the top 16 teams by that, now that we have more of a sample size.
Well, Noemi Glover, a huge push for Oregon, hitting 400.
Bounce! That is just bounced.
It's all about your execution. There's kind of no new tricks that can come out. You've seen everyone's best, and you've seen their shot selection. Right now, it's about who can pass and who can side out.
That angle was an optical illusion.
I agree. I think, obviously, we're behind the ball on that front, so.
On challenges, and Oregon is done until the 5th set, if the 5th set comes our way here in Eugene. No more challenges for the Ducks. 5th set.
Hornung with a beautiful dig right here. I love that she defends the line first and then works.
14 kills, a 4-way tie for the team lead. We're seeing their balance. Purdue leaning more on the left sides like you'd expect, but finding some more balance there out of Raven Colvin. Remarkably, to this point, neither team has used a timeout in this set, despite how close it is. Here's Chicoine for the set, and she does it for Purdue. Back-to-back close set victories, and the Boilermakers are 1 set away. What a night it's been in Big Ten volleyball. Wisconsin beating Ohio State in 5, Purdue and Oregon top 15.
Sure up their first contact and then finding some different offensive opportunities. They really look to that right side for more involvement.
You know what this match has featured?
Well, and Eva Hudson has had 65, make it now 66 attempts. Like, throw some ice on that arm.
And despite a lot of rallies, both setters have managed to be in system. Both setters are now over 50 assists. Or if not in system, at least still dishing out dimes. Is Klein to Oabete, solo block Colvin.
And this time it's out of the back row.
Pretty similar tonight. Although at times Purdue has been, as you've said, out of system. Chicoine. On the first ball, Oabete. Heads up play. Michelle Oabete out of Oakland sang the national anthem a few hours ago before tonight's match. One of the best servers in the conference. And they score off of her serve. Myers bottled up in the middle. Oabete and Morris both have a season high in digs for Oregon. Chloe Chicoine a season best in digs for Purdue. Players are racking up the totals here today. Crucial late season match for NCAA tournament hosting possibility in the first 2 rounds. Chicoine close, but out. And that's right, successful challenge by Purdue. Point Purdue.
Could see the ball here if they are in system.
They are. Collier sees it and sides out. Back and forth in the 5th. Purdue within 2 of winning. Colvin has had some great serving days, but the teams go back and forth with errors. Match point. Neal the serve received. Back row Collier. That hits McAleer up high. Chicoine into the block, covers it. Hudson for the win. Klein to Oabete, dug by Hornung. Hudson runs into it, off the block, it's out, and Purdue will take it. Matt Ulmer's gonna challenge this, no doubt.
I'm glad I don't have to make this one. Oh, here you go. I'm glad I don't.
So now we're just waiting on a decision from our R2 Tony Chan. A lot of pressure on him right now, that's for sure. He's gonna stand with the call. Point Purdue, match over. Boilermakers in 5, 15-13.
A lot of weapons for SC. Our starting lineups powered by Unleaded 88, Engine, Smart, Earth, Kind, Adanya Famawina. The Spartans, Akasha Anderson, they call her Cash at one outside Julia Bishop, the veteran setter. And is Nani Yosia, who's got a ton of family in the house. And the first serve into the net. Outside, nicely done in system, and the kill by Akasha Anderson. Kai Clayton, the 5'6" sophomore, DS. Out of Lee's Summit, Missouri, and an ace. He wouldn't have on the overpass. Ford would have hammered it down. Anderson with the tip, and Michigan State has had success going over the top softly.
Which sets that defense up.
Akasha Anderson is playing well. 6 kills on 8 swings here in set 1. That one off the tape, and a nice job by Anderson to get down and get it. Chuaninga set tight to the net. Now she goes middle. A little creativity from Chuaninga, and kept alive by Michigan State. Joust. Won by Michigan State, but it's alive. And finally, the point given. She's been working hard to get her arm back to 100%. Collision there between 2 Spartans and Batenhorst. The roll shot this time. Excellent hustle by Ucia to dodge bodies to keep that alive. Now on the slide, favor on Yanwu, and it's Bishop, the setter, who goes and gets it. Chuaninga back to Livings. Heavy ball and tracked down by Anderson. Michigan State's defense has been active here. Rolled over, and Anderson, her 7th kill of the match. 5'8", 5th-year senior libero out of Redondo Union High School right here in the SoCal area, returning home. 72 friends and family on the pass list to watch her play today. Back to Batenhorst. The tip this time, Michigan State covers, and then they get the kill. Taylor Preston coming up with a big swing, and Michigan. Mia Chuaninga just 1 assist shy of 4,000 now. Anderson gets it blocked on the big swing. SC was there. Welcome in to the UCLA Penn State audience. Inga getting her nutrition during the timeout. This is assist number 4,000 in her career to Allie Batenhorst. An impressive number. And now the chance to play against one another. And 2 of the best at their position in the Big Ten.
And actually, number 23, Madison Peach, her mom is involved with that organization, and they do that. And she uses her hands whenever she can, and even does a little jump set at times.
And another pretty pass by Yosia, but the block takes it away.
On that one, but gosh, she is so high in the air.
Yeah, she's got an outstanding vertical. Big swing. There's Yosia, the outstanding libero for the Spartans. And finally, Michigan State gets their first block of the match, a big one.
Comes in front row at times for Chuaninga.
Foley just has to get it over. And now without Chuaninga in there, we'll see what USC does to generate some offense. Dug up by Verbeest. And the overpass sent over Madison Peach.
She was out for the last 2 matches with concussion protocol, so here she is back in action.
Anderson, just wide. She said she loves it in East Lansing. It's the culture of the program.
ask her about the winters. Since I went to Minnesota, going your way, it's a great thing to just focus on the other things that you can do, and it will come.
And the serve, it's to an Inga, targeting her cousin.
And Batenhorst is handling it. One thing Coach Brad Keller said is she doesn't get aced a lot. She's doing a nice job passing.
Preston with the kill, hitting the back line. Taylor Preston with 7 kills on the match. Back to serve. Going at Batenhorst again. Doesn't handle it cleanly, but dropping onto the Michigan State side of the net. Not forget, as Yosia said when that schedule came out, she said yes, she celebrated as she got to come back home to play in front of family and friends and against her cousin. Out of the back, Batenhorst. We have not seen that a lot.
Making of when to keep the ball in and when to go for it.
Oh, just clipping the top of the tape. And the block able to set up. It started with the serve and ended with the block.
I mean, Tuaninga has such a nice hand, barely clearing the tape. No trouble there.
So now Batenhorst back in double digits. 17 of 19 matches. She's been at 10 or more kills. And that one hits the back line. Kill for the Spartans.
Anderson with a season-high 18 kills versus Washington on October 20th.
That was the last match. They took set number 1, and then Washington had identical 25-18, set 2, 3, 4 wins to win the match. Huge fan
After
of
review,
Jackie
the call is
Stiles
reversed.
back
The
in
ball
day.
is in. Michigan State will get the point and retain their challenge.
And is now, she was a Missouri State alum. That's where she played her ball. And now in her 3rd year in East Lansing. Out of the timeout. And again, just hanging around within striking distance.
And a nice dig from Anderson there.
Coming off a game with her career-high 27 digs. She set it in just 4 sets against Washington. Goes to the float serve, handled cleanly by Batenhorst, but the big block, Kulig sends it back, and we are all knotted up.
Saw this in set number 2. Kulig went on a roll with her block, getting 3 blocks in a row.
Paisley Douglas back to serve. Anderson just rolls it over the top. The lefty, Madison Peach. And the dig up, can't get it in time. Anderson has 1 ace, but 17 kills tonight for Michigan State. Ford again. Yosia says, not yet. Keeps it alive, and out of the back, Anderson, my goodness, that was a rocket.
That was like a quick 1 front set almost, but coming from the back row. She is really getting on top of the ball. When she is getting her chance, she is delivering. Look at that. Wow, what an impressive.
Take away match point number 2 for SC. So we will go extra here in set 3. Out of the back, Livings has had success, that time with the off speed. And again, Anderson out of New Zealand back to serve. Batenhorst cannot terminate. Go to Batenhorst again and dug up, kept alive. Again dug up. Batenhorst goes to the tip. And again, this rally incredible, and Michigan State's defense extends this match. We will go to set number 4.
And push that one. They wanted the ball in Anderson's hands as much as they could, but a big reason they were able to set her was because Yosia kept it alive.
Well, certainly there's been great energy in this match on both sides, and
Michigan State not closing that block and putting up a solid ball in front of her.
a 6'5" grad student. Had her career at Nebraska and then wanted to be a 6 rotation player and
Flat on the ball, didn't get on top of it.
nice serve targeting Batenhorst. And it's the free ball. Out of the middle, executed perfectly. They didn't make it easy on USC in set 1 or set 2. They really made USC work for it. And another block. Anderson part of that up at the net. 13 kills. And the ace. Looking for that back line. It's been a struggle. And 3 blocks. She's been everywhere for Michigan State. And the tip somehow kept alive. Well done by the defense. Moina blocked and inbounds the kill. It was Michigan State pulling off the upset against 12th ranked SC. That one not here in the Galen Center though. So work to be done by USC, or this will go the distance into set 5. Big swing blocked, the roof, Anderson part of it. She has been everywhere. They were behind 2-0, and USC had a chance to close it out. And it's been all Michigan State since. Anderson, that blocked back and in play for the USC point. Anderson hammers it, and that will be it.
Number 3, Penn State battles 16th ranked USC in a marquee matchup.
17 wins overall, but just haven't been able to break through yet this season. And first point going out of the middle. No challenge, and Michigan State jumps out to a 3-0 lead in set 5. Block set up, make it a 4-point run to start this 5th set. 4.5. She has been flying around in this match and keeping Michigan State alive. Batenhorst, strong swing out of the timeout.
You played differently. There's a sense of freeness with that. USC right now backs against the wall, but with that big block, that can get some fire going as you watch them celebrate.
Perfect pass set up. Michigan State could not terminate. Batenhorst kept alive by Bishop, and they'll just send it over, and so far over that it is a kill. Famuina, nothing soft about that swing. Can Michigan State pull off the upset? Bishop gets it up, and the roof. Famuina and McGinnis combine. Livings touches the tape. Setting it up, and Kulig puts it where no Trojan was. And give credit to Bishop, who kept that ball alive and playable. Ooh. With the ball in her hands. Batenhorst gets it done. Can finish it here. SC comes up big. Match point number 2, the best server for SC. Going at her cousin, gets it up, and it is over. Michigan State pulls off the upset against 16th ranked USC.
Maddie Cochran, number 19, the libero, Ella Dimitrician, and Allison Jacobs on the outside, Morgan Burke at set. In the middle, having a career night last night, along with Leilani Dotson, Peyton Dueck in the back row. And she will be going left to right. Bruins in the home white, blue and gold letters and numbers. Michigan in the navy blue and gold. Ball taken behind the 10-foot line. Run the left pin off the soft block. Back to the Wolverines it goes. Burke slide right off the soft block. A touch there by Nyambio. And ball hangs on the tape. Already a long first point. Burke again, right side. Nyambio, ball popped up right on the sideline here, but Leverett can't bring it back in play, so that is a lengthy first point to start our night. And to serve, couple of aces on the year for her. A grad student, formerly of UC Irvine. Ball taken in the middle, bumped up left side. Valentina's first swing, cross court. That is popped up by the UCLA libero, Peyton Dueck. A light blue libero jersey. Wolverines on the run, and they do run the middle. Knocking it down, Serena Nyambio, who started the week.
And we'll see her attribute all evening long.
That's an ace, the fourth, Michigan's fourth ace.
They are a tough serving team. They're ranked 4th in the Big Ten right now.
Couple of kills for Leilani Dotson here in set 1. 34 total kills on the year, hitting .311. Bruins have reached 20. Left side swing, there's Jacobs, the former Bruin, played during COVID here at UCLA.
The USA Youth National Team as well, Jacobs. Earned gold at the FIVB Girls U18 World Championship.
Off the Duffy serve coming in, Kate Duffy, but Michigan runs their offense. Serving has taken its toll. 5 aces to 1. The Wolverines lead it. Pack left side, Horn inside at 10, and that's going to drop in to tie it up again. All right, so Kate Riley, the ace leader on the year for the Bruins, is back to serve. We got a deuce situation in set 1. Right side and down the line off Dueck's hands. Scoring again, Vowlette. Chopra's serve taken by Dueck. Get it out to Pack. Left side, Leverett off a touch, 2 touches. Jacobs will set it to the front row, high off the wall, and a nice backline save by Riley. Leverett goes up. Nearly stuffed. Great cover by Dotson. Leverett again. Clear the wall, popped up by Burke. Here come the maize and blue, looking for set 1. However, Audrey Pack and Anna Dotson deny it. Tall toss, leans in, down the middle it goes. Chased down by Pack, but at least they were able to get something out of it. However, the Wolverine block is up there and ready for the roof. That wraps up. That was a big stat. The Bruins hit .273, but it did not prevail. Ball tipped there by Leilani Dotson, put back. Remember, we had a long first point to start the night. Destined to perhaps have a long first point to start set 2. Overpass there, Horn played off the net, saved momentarily, but it'll be a Bruin point. Too many hits on this side. Kate Riley in the serve all the way down to our right. Going to come up near the corner and send one down the middle to Jacobs. Burke out to the left. Dimitrician is roofed. Audrey Pack going up. Make it Peyton Dueck with the serve. Ball tipped. 2 blockers up for the Bruins. Turnaround there is Pack. Keeps it alive. Levered inside at 10. Right in the path there of Maddie Cochran. Jacobs out of the back row connects.
What a swing by Jacobs in the back row. In the Big Ten in total blocks with 60.
Top 20 hitter across the nation starting the week. Ball taken by Dueck. That's an overpass and dipped down. So Nyambio getting some points here. The 24th of this month against Penn State. So it gets no easier after going on the road. Michigan State also here at the end of the month. Out to the left side, 1-on-2. Bruins have a block up with Vowlette going up. Right side Jacobs clear the wall, but dug up in the Bruin back row. Olsen coming this way. Grace Olsen scores cross court. We've only had 1 tie in this set. Michigan has not led it in this set. 13 ties, 6 lead changes in set 1. And there's Vowlette on the left side.
For her running those routes.
Nobody has led by more than this all night. Valentina trying to clear the wall. Picked up Burke. Left side it goes. 1-on-1 deal with Pack. UCLA can take their biggest lead tonight of 8. Instead, the Michigan block, which hasn't been much so far tonight.
Left back and middle back part of the court, trying to keep it away from Dewick and serve receive.
20-15. Pack from behind the 10-foot line. Get at the horn off the soft block. Chopra keeps it alive. Right side, and the Bruin block has continued to be big time.
Currently hitting negative on this set.
And less than 100 for the match. Bruins are at 257 overall tonight. Left pin. Demetrician's picked up. Duffy keeps it alive over the wall. Picked up Jacobs back line. Demetrician again trying to clear the Bruin block. UCLA will now run its offense. Dodson, a little off balance there. Picked up. Bruins feel like they have this set, and they're getting closer. 23-15. Peyton Dewick as Pauley Pavilion rises to their feet, most of them. 24-19 Bruins. Right side Boney, 2 blockers up. Burke gets the cover. A skip shot, Demetrician can't get it down. Right side slide, Leilani Dodson. Michigan scrambling. Jacobs can't clear on 3, and the Bruins level the match, 1 set apiece. Michigan never led it in set 2. The Bruins win 25-19 Victoria. That was the big news here on the men's side at UCLA recently. Jacobs with the first swing for Michigan to open up set 3. All right, Michigan back on top. Aaron pass, Leverett will have to retrieve it. Free ball at best here. Given up the top by Leilani Dodson. Michigan looking to go up by 2. Left side with authority, Jacobs.
An AVCA biggest and brightest. Of course, a part of Prep Volleyball's senior ace.
Olsen's swing, that is dug back row by Demetrician. Bruins do have it. Pack right side, and the Wolverine block is up. That block has become louder and louder as so the Bruins have the last 4 aces in this match between these two teams. 16-12 UCLA on top, but Wolverines quickly run the middle there and get a score from Serena Nyambia. As we said, Bruins much more balanced tonight. A swing by Boney popped up. Leverett keeps it alive. 3rd touch over the wall from Horn. Wolverines have it. And they're down 3, left side, and getting some front row fingertips is the freshman, Demetrician.
It's Riley and Dewick taking the majority of serve receive here.
All right, Aaron pass, Leverett from about 10, and that was not supposed to be a kill. Fire if we ever saw one, wow. All right, 19-18. Chasing one down. Dewick, free ball given up by Riley. Wolverines looking to tie right now. Slide right, and they do so with Serena Nyambia. She's had a nice hand in this.
The boards here in the splash zone around center court.
Pack. Ball served to the back. Overpass. And Olsen, wow, that was pretty, wasn't it? You had 2 Michigan blockers.
12.86.
Each side just with 4 service errors tonight. Olsen, that's denied. Bruins up with it. Olsen over the wall and down. Grace Olsen puts the Bruins back on top. All right, set point number 2, Bruins. Got Chopra in to serve. Little English on that ball down the middle. Dewick, right side, over the wall Olsen. This for the set, and who else? Well, that was an outstanding 3rd set. Maybe one of the best sets in Grace Olsen's career. Set 4 is underway. Jacobs misfires. UCLA strikes first. 4 aces tonight, 7 aces on Michigan's road trip to Los Angeles. Burke in the middle of the court. And how about a block solo from Anna Dodson?
Real time. Her attacker's shoulders and dove right back in.
Ball taken back row. Quick middle assist there by Burke running Boney. We have to mention one thing. 12-11 UCLA. Overpass. Dodson trying to go down one-on-one. Bruins have it. Free ball given up. And out of the back, Jacobs scores. 13-15 13. That's an ace that drops in, and Michigan.
Wearing that Bruin jersey, Jacobs, she reached double-figure kills 3 times and tallied 1 double-double at USC in her time with the Bruins.
Right side, through the wall, Valentina, but it's picked up by UCLA, and I'll tell you, number 13 getting her hands up there. That's Valentina Valette. Michigan has it, already leading by 2, and now 3 on a hammer shot by Serena Nyambio. Down the line, it goes to Leverett on the serve. Leverett goes up cross court, a beautiful cross court shot. She's done that all night. And a freshman. Free ball. Some errant passing by UCLA. Michigan's going to go up by 4, 20-16. And Duffy coming up to the line. Ball served in the play. Burke right side and 1-on-2 connecting. Valentina going to be the freshman to try to close out set 4. Dotson right there. Boney to pick it up. Jacobs off the wall. Covered front row Leverett. Dotson on the right side. Burke off the soft block. Left side. Jacobs. Bruins get the block. 5-set matches this year, including the one last night. Left side, over the wall, Jacobs popped up. Burke out to Jacobs. That nearly went down, but a heck of a pickup there by Duick. Bruins not making it easy for Michigan in set 4, but Boney slider to the right side, and she puts the finishing touches on set 4 in set 5. Bruins trying to even up their weekend record after the 15-10 loss last night to Minnesota. First swing by Nyambio doesn't go down. Olsen in transition. Pinballed around a couple times, and a free ball given up by Jacobs. Bruins looking to get down the first point. Olsen, that's kept alive. Jacobs, as you mentioned, has also had quite the night in the back row. Showing here, and that one is off the fingertips and mishit. Didn't come in until the 3rd set tonight. Puts it in play right side. Olsen leaning in, and this one too hot for Jacobs. And Dodson sends it to the back row for Dimitrichian, who now goes up for the swing, nearly roofed. And Burke is just going to be lucky to get it over. Right side, Olsen, and she is roofed. Well, they get to Olsen here. Boney, 18 kills, 15 digs for the former Bruin Allison Jacobs. 7-5 Wolverines. Ball taken by Riley in the back row. Left side, Leverett down the line. Valentina Valette with the up. Bruins looking to cut it to 1. Instead, Leverett is roofed. Bruins have not led it in the 5th. There was one early tie at 1-1. Michigan got out to a 5-1 lead. Jacobs. Michigan minus 091. UCLA minus 067. Bruins have it. Absolutely need this one. Olsen on the left. Over the wall, looking sideline. Got it. Grace Olsen, 14th kill. Looking for their first ever win over UCLA. Right side, Olsen. And didn't hit it the way she wanted it, but it works. It drops in there right at the 10-foot line.
Bruins looking for 2 transition plays here. Can they dig to convert?
Duffy in. Got to have this one and the next one. Worry about this one first. Right side it goes. Boney, that's gatored up. Nice play. Duick in front of the 10-foot line. Horn dug up. Jacobs, this for the match. The Bruin block is up. Dodson, another block with Audrey Pack blocking the freshman Dimitrian.
Unbelievable. Look here. A clutch moment in lining up that block is Audrey Pack.
Setters up for Michigan. That's Burke. She goes to the middle of the court. Serve is in play. Burke in the middle to Jacobs. This for the match. Kept alive by Duffy. Free ball. Michigan again in the middle. Jacobs a tip. Tip twice. And Duick can't get there for the 3rd touch. It is over. Michigan has done it. Their first ever victory over UCLA.
And we are off. Here comes the serve. Received by Batenhorst. Gosnell heading it towards the net. Batenhorst will get a chance. Good touch there by Morris. Long rally to start this one off. Ariel dug up there, but that will hit the floor. All the momentum that USC had at the beginning seems to be gone. Morris hits it over. Gosnell the first to touch it. Batenhorst with a chance. Dug up there by the Ducks. Trubin will set it back up. Batenhorst gets blocked, but it's staying alive. Long rally here in set number one. A good hit there by Mackenzie Morris. Batenhorst with the chance, and that one will go out of bounds. Point goes to USC. Collier hits it over. Trubin the first to touch it. And that will go as a kill. The freshman knocks it over. High hit there from Oregon, but a trio of Trojans are there to block it. And they secure the block on Collier.
So far in just the first set.
Gosnell the only Trojan coming into this one with more service aces than errors. And a block there from the Trojans. Gosnell knocks it over. Morris the first to touch it. Collier tries to get it down, but Trubin with an impressive defensive play, and Ford capitalizes. Celebrations from USC.
This first set here.
Gala Trubin back to serve. Douglas with the dig. Ariel just has to hit it over. Trubin with yet another one. Batenhorst hits it, but Collier is there. Collier with an attempt. Trubin keeping it alive. Gosnell not able to save it. Running start, gets it over. Tuaninga sets up Ariel, and the Trojans get blocked. Owobete hits it over. Douglas the first to touch it. Batenhorst gets blocked. Gosnell not able to save it. And they're 1 point away from doing that again here at Galen Center. Douglas with the dig. Tuaninga sets up Batenhorst, and a block will end it. Knocks it over. It's a good hit, but Collier the first to touch it. Collier with a large tap over. Trubin sets up Batenhorst, but gets blocked. Tuaninga keeps it alive. A little more discombobulation on offense. Trubin with the pancake. And Batenhorst able to get it past Morris. Oregon already with 8 blocks today. Looking for more. Tuaninga sets up 4, but she gets it past the blockers. With her team down by 3. Big hit by Collier. And the Trojans send it out of bounds on the attempted block. Transfer from UCSB. Hits it over. Gosnell Anyanwu gets blocked by Collier on the afternoon at 3.5 alone in this set. Douglas with the dig. Batenhorst will get a try. Collier, this time she's the one that gets blocked on this team. Second on the team in digs heading into tonight, but not able to handle that one. Anyanwu gets a chance and sends it past a couple of Oregon defenders. 2 straight points for the Trojans, looking for more. Another attempt here from Ofebu.
Yeah, and Ofebu is not only a strong, offensive player, but also defensive. So, utilizing her as a weapon, both offensively and defensively, has been key for this Oregon side so far, and she's really rising to the occasion today.
Long rally here. Batenhorst sets up Famuina. 25 kills for Oregon to 20 for USC. Kristen Klein sends it over. Batenhorst with an attempt. Batenhorst yet again. Another long rally. Trubin with the dig. And Batenhorst
Sends it, no! Looking to win by a much larger margin than the first frame. Owobete sends it over. Gosnell able to keep it alive. Onyanwu can't get it past Morris. Trojans get one more hit. This one able to get over the wall of Ducks. And Collier will end the set. Go up 2-0. That one able to get third set started after a brief halftime period. Owobete sets up a good serve. Famwina. Douglas knocks it over. Collier able to get it around the blockers, but the Trojans able to handle it. Collier gets blocked. Noemi Glover with her 8th kill on the afternoon. Douglas to Tuaninga. Famwina gets it down.
They're once again here with the lead in the third set.
Trojans with a much better hitting percentage in this frame. And gets another. Leah Ford barely gets it over the net. And a good block there from Onyanwu and Batenhorst. Again.
And Batenhorst rising ahead of her total kills from last game where she only had 8.
And a service ace from Mia Tuaninga for third most service aces in Trojan history. Looking for another one here. Won't get it, at least on that serve. Batenhorst trying to knock it back over. Collier able to save it. Gosnell, Tuaninga, and Batenhorst. Big hit here, but that goes. Galen Center getting loud now here as Kristen Klein sends it over. Trubin the first to touch it. Onyanwu gets dug up by Morris. Trubin again. Tuaninga sets up the lefty Peach. Collier from the back line gets a kill.
In crunch time here, really going to need to try to stay consistent offensively and defensively.
Oregon on the offensive. Trojans able to keep alive that hit from Collier. Famwina gets blocked, but the Trojans able to stay in it. A tap down there. Wow, what a long rally here. Could be a pivotal moment in this match. And the Ducks come out on top. Matches momentum back. 10 kills for Owobete. She sends the serve to Batenhorst. Famwina gets a kill. Gala Trubin doesn't have much of a run up on her serve. Famwina over to Tuaninga. Batenhorst from the back line gets blocked. Hitting percentage. 4 blocks to her name as well. Trojans looking to close it out here. Oregon not able to keep it alive. The Trojans extend this one at 6:30 on Big Ten Network. Batenhorst gets us started. Trubin sets up Famwina. And a block goes out of bounds. The Trojans get us started.
Finding themselves here offensively and defensively.
And yet another service ace from the Trojans. Paisley Douglas onto the floor for USC. And the Trojans are successful with the block. And this 4th set is shaping up to be a very close one as well. Trubin nearly hits it over there. Trojans able to keep it alive. And USC gets the point. Good hit there from Ford. Ford keeping it alive. Batenhorst gets set up and finds open court. Douglas with the dig. Another attempted block there from the Ducks. Trubin with an impressive performance.
And a 4-set victory for Oregon obviously would mean a win in this game.
Trubin knocks it up. Batenhorst with an opportunity, but finds the hands of Morris. Tuaninga tried the setter spike, unsuccessful. Good dig there from Mackenzie Morris. And USC not able to keep it alive. Ducks on a 3-0 scoring run. They have the momentum. Isabel Patterson knocks it over. Douglas puts it back towards the center of the court. And the Trojans. Batenhorst with 16 kills on the afternoon. Gosnell with a good serve. Collier looking to fight back for Oregon, but the Trojans able to keep it alive. Good long rally here in the late stages, and that's a good hit from Ofebu. Mimi Collier will get the serve. Galen Center crowd is allowed. Tuaninga sets up forward, that gets down. Trojan fans on their feet.
Oregon could not respond there.
Morris the first to touch it. Big hit, but blocked by USC. Anyanwu sends us to a fifth set.
USC side. Let's take a look at the replay here. Look at this. Just not even a chance for a response on the Oregon.
We'll get the serve first. Will be an exciting conclusion to this one. Trubin gets it back closer to the net. And that one off the deflection. It goes USC's way. It was a 4-0 run to start it for USC. Oregon tied it up. This is the first lead for the Ducks. Tuaninga unsuccessful with the setter spike, but Douglas with a great dig. Ducks on the offensive, and a block from Famuina. And a service ace, miscommunication there. Leah Ford with her Trojans down by one, serves it. It's a good one. Morris able to handle it though. Near block there for USC. A long rally here. Ford sends it sky high towards the Galen Center banners. Gosnell will just have to hit it over. Big hit from Collier, but the Trojans do a good defensive job. Ariel will just have to knock it over now. Ford sends it sky high again, gets back on the Oregon side. Battle at the net. But the point's not over yet. Batenhorst another try, and that ends it. Allie Batenhorst with another kill. Still no indication. Oh, actually, it might have for USC. Just gets it over. Mackenzie Morris the first to touch it. Douglas with a dig. She's been good on the defensive end today. Battle at the net, but the Trojans able to keep it alive. Douglas will just have to knock it over. Morris. A block there from Batenhorst.
As, you know, just 6 points to go toward a victory for USC.
Ford gets the dig. Anyanwu with an attempt. Trojans have another opportunity, but Oregon does a good defensive job. Gosnell sets up Batenhorst. Morris with a great defensive effort. And the Trojans get up to the double digits in points. Killed by Favor Anyanwu off the deflection. It's another opportunity here. Morris with the first touch. Big hit there, but Gosnell able to keep it alive. Sends it sky high. Paisley Douglas sets up Batenhorst, who gets blocked. Gala Trubin. She has 4 service aces on the afternoon. Won't get one there. Collier set up, but a good defensive play from USC. Misfire there, but it lands in bounds. Match point for the Trojans. Douglas with the serve. Oregon able to handle it. Collier knocks it down, and we are going to extra points. The graduate outside hitter could end it for USC. Handled by Oregon. Big hit from Collier. Ariel sets up Batenhorst, looking to end it, and she does! The reverse sweep from USC. On the brink of defeat, USC goes down 2-0, and the Trojans have a ranked upset in a stunning fashion.
Well, Penn State is riding quite the high right now. They come into this match riding a 12-match Big Ten regular season winning streak. This is a group that's looking to make a run for it, the clear underdogs in this matchup, but they're stacked with talent too and a whole lot of fight. It's a rarity, but it is fun to watch.
Yeah, you don't see it very often. These two have great chemistry on the court. They help each other out in key moments.
Emmy Selman goes up big early, and that's what you can do against a big physical block in Penn State.
Serving right now, the plan is to just pick on Jess Merzick, and they're doing that beautifully. Ohio State really competing hard in transition and taking big swings. There you see another serve going to Jess Merzick.
And a great attack from Penn State.
And she is able to take big swings. I like that flat swing right between zone 5-6 for the Buckeyes.
Wow, a absolute. Selman back to serve now. And Merzick struggling in serve receive. They're swinging her way out of it. Tuman to Londot on the opposite. Grimes, another back set to Merzick, a little bit inside. Merzick finds the roll shot. Tuman back to Londot, denied by Merzick, who says there was no other touch. Love the way she plays defense and attacks as a freshman. Big set from Izzy Stark to the middle. Offense on her side as well, to your points. On the opposing side, Stark back to serve. A methodical jump floats, gets Webker out of system. Big swing from Selman and a big block from Penn State. To this point in the set, Hannah with a big serve, controlled by Londot. Serve receive, Grimes gets it up, it's alive. No call. Hasbrook up to Tuman, who runs the middle. Great dig again from Grimes. Athletic play from Stark just to keep it in play. Perfect pass from Londot. Selman giving them trouble. It's still alive. Merzick going for kill number 4. She doesn't get it. Hasbrook steps in to defend it. Selman beats Grimes on the outer edge of the Penn State block. This kid is changing the match right now.
Finds a way to get that crucial point to keep her team in this first set.
Jillian Grimes, the junior out of Illinois, back to serve in a pressured situation. Ohio State closes out set number 1, 25-20.
Ehman is setting a really balanced offense for the Buckeyes too, and we haven't really seen that from the Buckeyes so far this season.
Tuman was the selection to run a faster, more balanced offense, and right out of the gate.
Middle back player, you've got to take off because you got half the court in the back court.
Another beautiful set from Izzy Stark. Back to the pin of Jervicius. Tuman to the pin. Webker dumps it in. Back again, Jervicius with a big rip. Stark looking for answers. Nobody's home, but Merzick finds a way to roll it over. Londot is the choice for Ohio State. Hasbrook with a quick dig. Londot again, Grimes. Ooh, almost an athletic play for Jess Merzick.
There's a heart of a champ right there.
Who would have thought Emmy Selman would have had double the kills of Emily Londot so far in the match? Ohio State sees that. They're pretty happy with their future. Great dig by Selman out of the back row. And how about Emily Londot again?
It's the game within the game, the serve pass game. Yeah.
Wow, how about that swing from the underside? To serve now for the Buckeyes. Originally from Louisville, Kentucky. That's a big block from Emily Londot, a solo stuff.
Scoring to rally scoring. He recruited Fawcett and Hodge, big guns on the pin, and that was really the start of everything.
I mean,
some good pin hitters on their bench. We'll see if Katie Schumacher-Colley goes to her bench at all to get some relief.
Ooh, good crash. Russ Rose has ever coached. He said if it was between me and her, she wins.
Yeah.
And Russ Rose, a smart cookie. I mean, a statistician at best. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Even if you're not a Penn State volleyball fan, you have to watch it for the appreciation of the sport. Those Assumption girls out of Louisville, their competitors. Emmy Selman back to serve. That's a nice deep float serve. Stark serving from beyond the 10-foot line. What a finish for Jess Merzick in a double block situation. That's Ava Felduto back to serve, the freshman DS, who's been a difference maker on defense. Londot goes with the tip right to the middle of the court.
Head coach is going to be having a conversation with her backcourt defense.
Riley Rader back to serve. It's a deep float. Grimes handles it. Merzick is the go-to choice, and why wouldn't it be at set point? Penn State takes the second 25-23, but it was close.
How talented coaches are when they can adjust the game plan. So we'll see what Penn State does here in the third.
Big attack from Londot out of the back row, finds the corner right between two defenders.
That's a tough shot to defend.
Unbelievable. Riley Rader back to serve now. That float serve died off for Angelina Stark. Tuman out to the pin. Webker swings right into the block.
And really holding their own, doing a fantastic job.
Trammell in the middle, and how about that set from Izzy Stark? That's one that you love to see, forcing the middle.
Off, and as a result, just scoring at will.
That's smart from Merzick. She was blowing up the block in all of her angles, then throws in a sneaky tip.
They are on their feet, and they are loving what they're seeing so far.
Webker back to serve, sends a bullet, and Penn State Ava Feldudo now has tracked down two crazy balls. And a tip over the net. Grimes got it. Ohio State has to play out of it. Londot. Oh, can't close it out. One defense on the side of Penn State.
In sets 1 and 2. So, wow, this is what Big Ten volleyball is all about, Michelle.
Exactly. Nice track down by Cameron Hanna, and full scramble. Well, Jillian Grimes finds her way out of it. Mia Tuman on the 10-foot line, and Londot. That looked like it was a front row attack with the trajectory she hit that kill.
Point Ohio State.
Wow.
So just a great recruiter, as we're seeing, as she got the #2 recruiting class in this freshman group. 6 true freshmen on her squad.
Top 50 in terms of RPI as well. 4 Big Ten teams in the top 10, by the way, in the rankings. I mean, that's just unprecedented, and that's a great response.
But Coach Jen Flynn Oldenburg wants to see her team continue to be aggressive here.
Nice defensive play by Ava Feldudo. She's coming with a couple of those during her opportunities. And denied is Webker out on the pin. Penn State all over the matchup.
Attack there by Jess Merzick, but I'm impressed by Grimes and just putting up such a sweet ball on that second contact.
That's nice. Ooh, Riley Rader gets called for the lift. Unfortunately, just kind of went. You do not have your pins as effectively as you would without them cooking. And that was just deep for Trammell, who, to this point, didn't make any.
Takes advantage of the block, so you've got to be fearless if you're going to survive as an outside hitter in this conference.
Speaking of surviving, Webker surviving that pass from Quinn Menger's serve. And how about that angle from Cameron Hanna?
Dominant fashion, stuff blocks that ball.
The best feeling as a middle blocker. Whoa, off the shoulder of Webker. She'll take the dig. That is legal. Grimes with a perfect pass. Penn State run in the middle. Out of system for Ohio State. And just keeping it in play is Merzick. Tuman runs the middle attack fast. Stark gets the dig. It's an overpass though. Tuman with another scrappy play. Here's Selman. Jeez, that's a big arm. Merzick looks to bail her team out, and another scrappy play from Mia Tuman. A defensive scramble both sides. Merzick tries to swing out of trouble. You love to see that kind of scrappy defense. That's what we live for in Big Ten volleyball. Merzick says thank you very much. They did call a touch on that. Now Penn State right back in it. And you just get a glimpse into it. And some of the legends, you'll see Olympians in the mix. Micah Hancock talking about her experience. It's magical. You have to relive it with us. It's so fun. Back to the action here in Columbus. And a big swing from Merzick. Emmy Selman, the freshman star, back to serve. 18 kills on the night. Denied by Riley Rader in the middle again. She's playing with so much fight and enthusiasm since 2006. And for Penn State, looking to extend their 12-match Big Ten regular season win streak that dates back to last season. The topic of streaks. It's not 109 matches, but 12 will do. And how about that pursuit?
Even if
if you're not playing your very best. You've got to stay in the fight, keep it close, and that's exactly what they're doing here in the fourth set. They're only a couple points behind, and then you dish the ball to that young lady.
Trammell, the transfer out of Purdue. Out to Emmy Selman, who swings out of trouble. Grimes gets it up, and that's a tough ball for Izzy Stark to set. She does it. Tuman gets activated offensively. Out to the pin. Penn State's denied. Trammell tries to take matters in her own hands. Oh. Wow. And shots. Nice get. Stark just keeps it alive. Grimes sends a free ball over. Ohio State with their chance to load up. Emmy Selman tries to put it away. Izzy Stark to the back row now. Merzick denied, and Grimes steps in with stability for the set. And Hannah smacks it. Londot, back row attack, and dug up by Izzy Stark. Sensational dig for the young freshman setter. Tuman goes over with it. Well dug up by Stark again, who was all over the read. Hannah loading up. Hasbrook with a nice scramble dig. Selman gets the finishing touch. 19-18, Ohio State. Cameron Hannah with all the pressure now back to serve for Penn State. Wow, that's a bomb of a serve. Picks apart the passing of Ohio State. Emmy Selman, just a couple of matches ago. Big serve from Grimes. Big dig from Grimes. Merzick, high off the hands. Wise place to start. Penn State needed something to cling on to. Ohio State seems like the hungrier team right now. A little bit more battle-tested, though, in fifth sets. Tuman feeds the middle. Great dig from Grimes. And back to Markley. Tuman out to Selman. Great dig from Angelina Stark. Merzick has only one angle to go. Emmy Selman read it all the way through. Londot with the tip. Grimes read it. Stark to the middle. Great coverage, just a bit out of hands and out of reach for Penn State, out of system. Ohio State feeding Selman because she cannot be denied. Trying to create some confusion for Tuman coming from that side of the court. And then Tuman has to chase it across the court from a different angle. Izzy Stark goes down with it. Smart time to do it. She's been quiet offensively. A deep float serve and a nice one to Hasbrook. Webker tries to swing her way out of it. Tuman goes back to Webker, the undersized outside attacker. It's in.
The set goes back to her, and then she goes right in the back inch of the corner of the court. That's a big-time play.
For a freshman, too. Stark with a gutsy set. Ohio Penn State in a bit of some trouble. Back to the pin for Markley. Swings big into the block. Cameron Hannah keeps it alive for Penn State. Merzick with the tip. Wise play. Full scramble. Hasbrook so quick on her feet. What a dig from Grimes. Markley goes deep to the line. It's good. That's a clutch for sure. Cameron Hannah back to serve with a 1-point lead for Penn State. That's a BB of a serve and a great pass for Ohio State. But the big block of Penn State. It's a great
really
point.
Struggled on serve receive. So what a heads-up play by the staff to call that out of the timeout.
And to still let her play in the back row defensively too. Penn State in a scramble. Jess Merzick goes over with it. Mia Tuman to the pin. That's a heavy hand of Emmy Selman, that time read by Grimes. Merzick trying to throw anything creatively on the other side. Grimes is being tested on the outer edge of the block. Full scramble set for Stark. She has to get up and play defense now. It's Londot down the line. Grimes cannot do anything to dig up for Penn State. Monstrous serve for Ava Felduto. Wow, Penn State ties it at 13 in an unexpected way. Ava to encourage her to get right back at it. That's a lot of control from Emmy Selman and a BB of a serve. Merzick, no stranger to pressure. Ohio State could close it out here. It's Londot, dug up for now. Penn State alive, but a free ball given to Ohio State. Who else does it go to than Emily Londot? This ball dug up by Grimes. Back to the pin, it's Merzick. She finds the middle on the match so far. Emmy Selman has 27 on Ohio State's side. Ohio State, Mia Tuman back to Londot, who is roofed. Penn State defends the streak. 13 straight Big Ten regular season wins.
With Minnesota's second leading attacker, McKenna Wooker, replaced by Oregon transfer Alex Acevedo for the third straight match. He's day-to-day with an injury, went through warm-ups, remains to be seen. For Wisconsin on the other side, Carter Booth, Devin Robinson up the middle. Yulia Orzel coming off a season-high 50. Both liberos from Turkey on both sides. Sarah Franklin getting that first swing and first points of this match. The freshman Bringer looking for the slide, but that in the open. Emily, how key that would be for the Gophers.
The Gophers are so to me. She is playing out of her mind.
Schaffmaster at the net looking for Grote, and she gets it to fall for the Gophers. Schaffmaster places it well for Acevedo. On the back row, Orzel, and then dug by Palabia. Furbringer again goes to Franklin, and she hammers it down.
Put some side spin on it and cut it in front of the 10-foot line.
Coach again targeting Wooker in the back row. Bump set from Guchtikin. It's Orzel, kept off the floor by Thibault. And a big swing by Hansen, gonna go the way.
It is tight.
First kill for Furbringer, her first attempt as well. Grote gets some contact. Up the middle, Awalea perfectly placed as she flips it over. Hitting .333, Wisconsin has set point. Acevedo with a strong swing. Orzel back row, and the block denied. Middle.
Minnesota not giving up, doing such a nice job in this out-of-system play, setting it up well and helping out on that back row attack.
Her patented celebration. And here she is at the service line. Tapped over by Furbringer. Such an excellent play, and Wisconsin.
For Minnesota, but for Wisconsin as well to have it mean that much.
Start of set number 2. Wisconsin took control in the latter part of set 1. Off the bump set, Sarah Franklin has that kept off the floor by Palabia. And then Minnesota responding here, scoring first in set 2. With the swing from Minnesota. Carter Booth, a big dig in the back row for Hansen. And Acevedo, another swing. Has been a hot hand here in this set. Grote will fire and connects inside. It's intimidating from our spot here.
Yeah. Just a massive wall.
Up the middle, denied. The Wisconsin block on fire is.
Get it around, really.
She gets it into play. Furbringer finds Smrek, and the denial by Minnesota. We can block 2.
Right back to it, especially on a throw call. Really smart.
Acevedo at the service line for Minnesota. At the net, Minity with a lot of power behind him. Smrek will wind and fire. Furbringer, back set, Smrek, too much power there. Trying to tie this up here in the second set, and she does. Furbringer, back set, they go to the slide. Again, that's tapped back by the Gophers. Grote. Franklin, a nifty way to put that over. And Booth repeats. Acevedo, but dug near the back line by Yulia Orzel. Grote once more, another dig by Orzel. Booth gets a touch, and we continue on in this rally. 2 long she gets the touch. A point to Minnesota and a hard-fought one at that.
And Julia Orgel in the backcourt for Wisconsin, time and time again, finding ways to make massive plays, doing whatever it takes, sacrificing her body to keep this ball off the floor.
With those 10 digs, she surpassed 1,000 for her career as well. Pretty much a full-time libero last year. Minnesota out of system. Acevedo getting it over. Spratt will drill that. But she's also gotten Wisconsin out of system, made them uncomfortable too. Up the middle, Carter Booth, and they needed that kind of look to strike back.
You can really get up there. That's something both Keegan Cook and her former head coach, Hugh McCutcheon, have said they want more out of her.
Alyssa Minity says thank you. Orgel is stuffed. Schaffmaster finding Minity on the slot. Franklin from the back row. She has a violation when over that line, and with that, Minnesota in this top 20 matchup. Tansen makes it tough, and Smrek goes right into the block successfully. Had 6 in that first set alone, a 6-point win for the Badgers. Up the middle once more, Phoebe Awalea getting in on the party.
This is called that way.
Schaffmaster back set to Grote, take some heat off. Grote, not that time though. Another kill for Lydia Grote, leading this entire match with 9. Grote has been indispensable at the service line in this match. Wisconsin here in system though. Acevedo. And takes care of that ball right at the top of the net.
Spin, it's coming straight down and dropping right between the passers.
Hansen into the block, that's kept up. Franklin getting back engaged offensively here in the third. Phoebe Awalea off the slide. It was wide open on that side of the floor. She takes advantage. Schaffmaster might have been our best. Perhaps this one.
Yeah, just that pinky touch on the right hand.
Verbringer dumps it in, but right there is Schaffmaster. And Franklin cleans it all up, giving her team a point within 1 now.
Attack at this ball. That meant that the middle was jumping right with the setter. Really smart decision. Back right here, looking like she's going to take another approach, holds the middle, sends it out.
Verbringer, quick set, but it is denied by Minnesota at the net. For a 2-1 lead. But Minity on the slide. How about the clutch swing by the sophomore? College volleyball exposure, redshirted at Oregon, and in a critical spot. The denial by Hansen. She turns it back. Has just been lethal. She's got 10 kills to go with her 14 digs. Robinson, and Franklin can't give her something like that on a platter. Franklin, heavy swing on set point, and Wisconsin. 5:33 in that third set. Just unstoppable. You can just tell how much more confident Minnesota is with the decision-making with those swings. Back row, it is Franklin. Wow, does she unleash the fire there. Schaffmaster goes to throw in the back row, and the solo stop Robinson with the chest bump. Groats, big swing. Groats on fire. Acevedo also strong at the service line. Back row, it's Franklin and dug by Groats. Hansen lands it inside for the Gophers.
Here's the touch angle. No touch in the front court. No touch.
That's what we're going with.
That's what we're going with.
The score stands at 21-15. Minnesota in a must-win fourth set to open up Big Ten play, a top 20 matchup, and a border battle at that against their rivals from Madison. And if this does get reversed, we're going to find out.
After review, there was no touch, and the ball landed out of bounds. Point, Minnesota.
Against a team like Wisconsin, the number 7 team in the country that's won 6 straight matches. Up the middle to Robinson, read well by the block of Minnesota. Schaffmaster will feed it to Minity, who's been nearly unstoppable. And an incredible match as Lauren Crow puts it down at the service line.
Backs against the wall, down 2-1. They have come up clutch every time. And we're going 5 in the border battle. Let's go!
Minnesota played its first 4 matches to 5 sets. Went 1-3. The block starting things off for the Gophers. Phoebe Awalea fired up with that play.
The right and middle blocker. This is the best look we have. That ring finger of Robinson.
I think Furbringer, her left hand.
Left finger of Furbringer, that pinky, yep.
Julian Hansen, 12 kills in this match. That goes into the net. Schaffmaster goes to Hansen, and she is denied. The Wisconsin block coming up big. Booth tapping it over. Good effort by Schaffmaster. Groats has that rejected. And the Badgers badly needed that one. They're within 4. Wisconsin keeping it alive because they have the reigning National Player of the Year.
Is a player that's going to look at Charlie Furbringer and say, give me every single set. I want to end this match for us and catch back in. She is a definition of clutch, their go-to attacker. Finds
an ace here on the road to Minneapolis. Acevedo with the swing. Franklin, what a finish.
Back right now, and you have to expect that from the National Player of the Year. Wisconsin knocking Minnesota out of system, and then in transition,
And a free ball for Minnesota. The slide once more, sent back, and it lands. Devin Robinson with the emphatic denial. Wisconsin. Orgel over the block. Hansen, heads up play. Hansen delivering the final blow. It's Minnesota victorious against their rival.
And this Purdue
Purdue team can terminate with anyone in the country. They're outsides. It's Chicoine and Hudson, fantastic. 14-1 overall. Back in the starting lineup tonight is Andy Jackson. Maybe had the loudest applause. Chicoine on the outside, and Hudson and Raven Colvin in the middle. They certainly can terminate. Nebraska goes quickly to Merritt Beeson. Nice dig. Back over. Nebraska runs the middle with the tip. Hornig pushes it outside. Chicoine with a roll shot, not down. Back to Beeson again, who's playing left side in this rotation. That is long. Krause, pass on target. They'll go to the middle. And they run Rebecca Alec on the slide, and she puts it away. Very cross court. Paints that line. So Harper Murray with that last kill before break. She's back to serve. And the ace falls right at the platform of Eva Hudson. Both teams siding out at about 67%. And Chicoine with a big swing at another kill. 5 here early for Chloe. Herman just to be successful. She has been a difference maker.
She sure has.
On the slide. How about Andy Jackson? Here we are late, 22-20, Nebraska with the lead. And not down, dug it out, free ball opportunity. Great save there by the Boilermakers. And then Jackson!
Wow.
What a set by Riley.
Great set.
It was like they know she wasn't going out to the pin. They just sat there. Another tough serve. And takes it right out, Eva Hudson with a great angle. If they're in system, Hudson with the serve. They are in system. They'll go back row, Beeson, and Beeson on the bit delivers. You see John Cook with a pat on the back to Bergen Riley. When you are diversified offensively, so many options. So we move to set number 2. Nebraska will serve to start. Bergen Riley in rotation 1 here for the Huskers, and the first serve long.
Wow. Like they're opposite on the right side, or it's their outside hitters. Oh, there you go.
That's what they wanted.
There you go.
And Taylor Anderson. 1-on-1. Good dig by Anderson. Beeson overpass, put it down.
So quick. Her eyes are great. She is locked in wherever that ball is, wherever the setter is. It's rare that you find Raven Colvin leaving her pins 1-on-1.
Minnesota, Big Ten Player of the Year in 2022. Good quick run there to Lourdes Myers and Myers.
Production from the Purdue middles. I think that they use their outsides a lot, and they're using Woolard a lot, but the middles have got hardly any sets.
Jackson back at it.
It's the right idea.
Blocked by Rebecca Alec.
There she is.
4-0 run here for Nebraska. Purdue will go to Chicoine to try to get out of it, and she delivers. Nice tip by Chicoine right into the middle. Purdue back out there with the lead. Just 3 away from evening this. Nebraska runs out good, up by Chicoine in the back. Alec punches it back over, finds the campfire. Ooh, good slide by Colvin off the shoulder. Big Ten Defensive Players of the Week. We have 2 in the game with Rebecca Alec and Hornig. Touch there in the back row, and now set point here for the Boilermakers.
Placed that ball perfectly in the donut area, which is a smart shot, seeing as the opposite was actually playing outside. Woolard was on the outside just then. And so she's probably not used to playing off-blocker defense.
Jackson with another kill. Andy Jackson now 7 kills. Set point number 4. Tough puts him out of system. Bump set out to Hudson. Got it! And again, those pins for Purdue can bail him out of some out-of-system stuff. And What a swing by Eva Hudson. The first year that Nebraska started playing volleyball in the Devaney Center. Swing wide, no touch, Purdue point. And Beeson once again from the right side. Off the block, straight back. Krause.
She's always talking with her teammates. She's got such a great court presence. I really enjoy watching her play.
The quick overturn, so a point for Nebraska. And Beeson right down the line. And a touch, point Nebraska. Another kill for Chicoine. Back row Hudson and the block by Merritt Beeson.
Over her shoulder from way off the net.
Great up, but then Colvin right there to put it away.
Every time.
Valley in her senior year, Purdue libero. Once again, Chloe Chicoine.
It really is a hard thing to try and stop. It's just when you think you've got them figured out, they're on the other side, wreaking havoc over there.
Oh, good up by Hudson to keep it alive. Rebecca Alec gets the kill. Swing by Harper Murray. Set point, Boilers. Another up by Hornick. And it led to the point. And Purdue leads Nebraska 2-1. Third win over Nebraska on the road all time. They haven't done it since 2013. And the ace by Nebraska to start off set number 4.
So amazing at that shot.
Rebecca Alec, what a push by Bergen Riley behind her to Rebecca Alec.
She feels Rebecca coming, and Rebecca able to score. And not off a tip.
That time, Merritt Beeson was there.
But it's such a great play by Bergen Riley on that ball. She knows that they want to use hands. She pulls her hands at the last second, forcing that ball to go out untouched.
Tip, Choboy flies in to keep it alive. And then the block by Colvin.
Know that she is an incredible defender, and they practice avoiding left back. So, I mean, it's just amazing what she's able to do and how many balls she's able to keep alive. And the respect that she has from all of these teams. I hear her name mentioned so many times throughout the Big Ten, and rightly so.
Another kill by Chloe Chicoine. Good reaction there by Hornick. Read it by Alec. And the block. Raven Colvin again.
Raven Colvin.
Hudson from off the net. Nebraska with the block touch. Back row. Good up by McClear again. Assistant Taylor Landfair.
Not only is she a fantastic volleyball player, but she's also got plans for post-volleyball.
Probably my mom said it's going to be tough academically and athletically at times. Big block there. Just a great athlete. Good dig there. Nice up by Murray. Landfair right into the lap of Hornig who keeps it alive. Jackson sit back. Big block there by Myers. Another block, solo there by Raven Coleman. That is her second solo block of the match. 8th block overall.
Perfect pass here. Runs Andy in front this time.
And another block.
Who else? Raven Coleman able to close on a great pass. Absolutely impossible to defend. What a move.
Purdue went on a 5-1 run to close out set number 3 and go up 2-1. They were on a 3-0 run before that swing from Harper Murray.
And Purdue's block is moving all over the place.
Eva Hudson again. 19 now for Chacoin.
Lights out tonight, and it is so fun to watch.
4th set point, Riley. Beeson out of the back row.
Every time they're in trouble. Every time they're in trouble. I love to see Merritt Beeson out of the back row.
From here in Lincoln. And the service error to start it off. One-on-one. Block closed a little late. Good up there by Chacoin. Now to Hudson. Right back to Eva again, and that time she got it. Back-to-back points for Purdue. Rodriguez to serve. Right back to Hudson, off the pass, block touch. Rodriguez with the bump set, pulls Harper inside, she rolls it and gets the kill.
Wow. They'll figure that out the older they get.
Tough serve, good pass by Hornig. Going right back to Hudson again, down. 3rd swing of this rally for Hudson. On the second touch, put down by Anderson. Beeson again. Tough set there. Rolled along the top, Purdue steps in, runs the quick. Andy Jackson with the kill. Knotted at 10. Beeson rolls it over. Beeson again. Inside the block of Lourdes Myers and the kill for Beeson.
Eva Hudson just absolutely pounds that ball to the 10-foot line.
A swing for Murray, not yet. Tick not down there is Choboy. Riley leaves it for Harper. Good dig. Taylor Anderson. On the slide, Jackson. Tough serve, pump set outside. Hudson again. There she is. Chloe Chacoin rotates into the front row, no doubt.
They are pretty much unstoppable right now.
Landfair blocked right into the block, and Woolard for Purdue. Back row, Beeson. Right in the grill of Hornig.
The Huskers are in trouble. That back row attack seems to be their safety blanket. It's working really well for them tonight.
Pushed outside. Chacoin not down. Riley kept it alive. Bump set outside. Beeson for the win!
There you have it. Great Great play by Merritt Beeson there to finish off this game for the Huskers, but what an incredible game of volleyball we just watched.
Look at our starting lineups. We're going to see McKenna Wooker rotate into that front row. She missed the match. And Gulce Guchtikin day-to-day with injuries, missing consecutive matches. Johnny Parker aiming to bring attention to the inaccessibility of hearing aids, not often covered by insurance. So the crowd silent until point number 9. That was Parker's number, and then they can break out. The Smrek down the line, but will misfire in Minnesota
to move at the last second.
Hers is hard to predict, too.
Sometimes it has a little bit of spin on it, sometimes there's no spin. It's kind of a hybrid, and you never know what you're going to get.
That time perfectly executed by the Badgers Smrek. Middle Smrek is going to put that down every time.
That's like the equivalent of a jackhammer right in your ear.
Johnny Parker said in her At the Net feature on Big Ten Network that with the silence that you step into the world of someone with hearing loss. So a lesson for these fans, but they were ready to erupt here, forcing such a low good pass percentage against opponents leading the Big Ten. Orjol finds the exact right spot and puts it down.
A lot of that for Wisconsin was having a freshman setter coming in. It took time to learn those connections. Then they could focus on defense once conference play started, and they had those connections down.
Franklin has that tapped back, gets another look from Furbringer, and she crushes it.
Right there.
Furbringer tracks it down, finds Franklin, and that's tapped back. Franklin readjusts, takes some heat off. Hansen gets that to fall. A confident swing from Julia Hansen. Orjol gets the contact, and therefore set number 1 goes to the Badgers in this border battle rivalry, 25-21.
Julie, we need you to play whatever. She's like, all right, I got it.
Now she's
you need a setter? Okay.
Now she's just showing off.
Yeah. It's honestly unfair.
Damrow with the bump set. Franklin had to reset, going over the block and flying in is the libero. Quickly, on a dime, Franklin puts it down. I know everyone celebrates every point, but she truly celebrates everyone.
Celebrates every point.
Orjol with a big swing into the Minnesota block. Rhodes can't get it to fall. The Badgers defense stepping up, but Minity takes care of it up the middle. 13-1 is this scoring one. They were down 3-0 to start this set. Off the bump set, it's Groats, and then dug by Furbringer. Orjol right into that block and tap down. Minnesota showing its physicality.
Want to come back in this down 10.
Wisconsin hitting negative 227 in this set. 8 errors. Groats going high hands on that swing. Devin Robinson able to get that past Acevedo for a badly needed point. Polabiak the bump set to Hansen, who will fire. Hansen one more try and rejected. The brick wall of the Badgers standing up there. Furbringer looking to Orjol, tries to push it into the block, but Minnesota says no. We got 10 attack errors in this set alone, tying a season high that they had against TCU. Not a common occurrence. Wooker will rise and fire.
Wooker's arm is looking fresh.
Playing the front row, a big smile as she came off the court with her head coach Keegan Cook too. That tapped back off the swing from Franklin. She'll get another look, and again it's rejected. Minnesota's block making itself known in set 2.
Fit to be great with that left hand inside.
Set point for the Gophers in set 2. just who they want at the service line, Alex Acevedo. Franklin with a lot of fire will hammer that down. Minnesota a commanding lead. Hansen ends set 2, and a strong one for the Gophers on the road, 25-12. Defensively, absolutely locked in. In the back row, Orschel tries to place it over. Hansen makes it tough, but kept up by the Badgers. Then Franklin will convert for the first point of set 3. Carly Anderson into serve. On the slide, it is Minitsy. That is kept up, but Wisconsin out of system. Hansen with the stop. It is Crawford showing her dominance at the net.
In front of her and behind her, making it a point to get her out of system.
Off the overpass, Stamro will chase it down. Herbringer off her forearm keeps it up. Smrek had to readjust, and that was rejected. And then Sarah Franklin, who else, takes care of it. Starts at the service line. Here's Polabiuk. Orschel flips it over, places it perfectly. Franklin leading the Badgers with 9. Hansen, a lot of fire on that swing. The bump set from Polabiuk, and Grote gets it over. Orschel tight in a battle with Grote. It plays on. And put down by Anna Smrek. More craftiness as she goes off speed, essentially.
Top 4 seed, meaning you can host their regionals. So do the first 4 rounds all the way up to the national semifinals.
Kind of Wooker has that turned back. Wooker again over the block. Right there is Anderson. Tevin Robinson fiercely puts it down. Off the bump set, it's Hansen, but she is denied. Smrek stopped on the Minnesota block. Minnesota back to a 1-point lead. The pancake by Franklin will play on. Cross court, Hansen, another pancake. This time, Herbringer on the Wisconsin side. Dug by Franklin, a big swing from Grote. Hansen tools it off the block, no fear. And we got Orschel with the swing. Hansen off the block, and Minnesota will take a 2-1 lead and silence this crowd at the Fieldhouse. Orschel at the service line for the Badgers. Walker directly into that block. Hansen gets it into play. Carter Booth bangs it to the floor. Smrek is going to go to here in set 4. There's Orschel unleashing all the heat. Walker right into the block, has that sent back. A blast from the back row for Hansen. It still won't fall with Wisconsin's defense. There's Walker again. And that time out, Wisconsin takes the point. In blocks per set in Big Ten play, 1.65 blocks per set, unreal to lead everyone. Carter Booth, great connection there, and she puts it down. That one went to 5. Wisconsin hoping part 2 does as well. Up the middle, Anna Smrek like clockwork for the Badgers.
Anna Smrek isn't having the best offensive.
Passing to attacking for Hansen. Orjol tries to place it over. Furbringer up the middle. Booth, that's kept up by Acevedo. Hansen unloads Damrow right there, and here comes Franklin with a blast from the back. Minnesota's had a response to each Wisconsin run, but now the Badgers maintaining control with Smrek putting it down at the middle. She's back to work. Orjol flipping it over. Orjol again, and picked up by Thibault. Acevedo another swing. Schaffmaster will swing it over herself. Thibault another dig. In the back row, Franklin. But the point going to Minnesota, it's another illegal back row attack.
From the ref again.
Elise McGee keying this 4-0 run for the Gophers. But that time it will land for the Badgers. You just brace yourself when she is getting into that slide motion for what's to come.
You're like, here we go.
And there's Franklin putting it down. Acevedo, strongest server on this team from Minnesota. Dug by Palabiak off the swing from Robinson. Furbringer with one hand and putting a dent in the floor is Robinson to send it to 5. Robinson was so key in set number 4. Can't get that to fall. She gets it off the slide and again tries to put a dent in the floor with that swing. Damrow getting it into play. On the slide, Minity will pick up the kill. She had a huge kill in set 5 in the first match. Sarah Franklin will rise, fire, and connect. With Minnesota, that lands out. Wooker able to connect. She gets the touch and the kill.
Swing against the biggest block in the country and still get the touch on it and swing with that kind of power shows you what kind of player McKenna Wooker is.
Has upwards of 24 friends and family in the stands. Sarah Franklin has that turned back, and Minnesota's block making the difference. Now they have match point.
Booth is doing exactly that, taking over the front line defensively.
Match point again for the Badgers. Big dig by Wooker. And Grote will land that in the back line. Wooker gets the contact. We will play on some more here in set 5. Hansen into the block, and Wisconsin will split the season series.
As we take a look at the Penn State starting lineup, and Emily, even this team goes as Jess Merzick goes out on the pin.
Jess Merzick has to have a big night. That
is a physical force to be reckoned with. There are no holes on the side of Nebraska.
Nebraska's doing exactly the same thing they did last season, en route to a Big Ten title. But
Jillian Grimes manning the middle. Deep to the corner goes Bergen, and there's a nice cut from Trammell. It's alive. Beeson sends it over. And out of system ball for Merzick. High hands she goes. Bergen Riley out to the Penn. Predictable set. And that one's dug up on the side of Penn State. Izzy Stark to the pin again. Jess Merzick testing the middle. What a dig by Bergen Riley early. Jillian Grimes passes it on a dime. Back it goes. Juravicius is covered by Jillian Grimes. What a moment. Harper sends it up, and Beeson goes big down the line looking for the touch. Jillian Grimes looking to continue a 2-point run to start for Penn State. That's a nasty serve. Lexi Rodriguez keeps it alive, but barely. Penn State back in a perfect position to the middle. It goes to the former Cornhusker.
They're going to put it down nearly every time.
The big serve from Grimes on a dime, though, from Lexi Rodriguez. And what a dig early from Grimes, and buried it. Caroline Juravicius finding a new target this time, going cross court, drops it in short. What a serve, what a get on serve receive. It pays off. Mendelson pays it off for Penn State. Out of Raleigh, North Carolina, sophomore defensive specialist. Or with the serve. And there's Trammell. They need a big performance out of her in the middle tonight to hang against Nebraska. Deep float serve incoming. Harper Murray struggled to handle it. Taylor Landfair says, no problem, I got your back. I'll put this one down deep to the corner.
So a net call, so double whammy.
Merritt Beeson, such a physical presence in the front row. Look out for her as an offensive threat now to keep the block honest for Nebraska. Little tight. Bergen Riley handles it off of the hands. Penn State digs it up out to the pin. Cameron Hanna has been quiet tonight, denied again. She gets another try. And that somehow finds its way through a two-woman block. Big pass on the line here for Penn State. Momentum swinging point. Jess Merzick nails it. Cameron Hanna gets in a split block situation, and that is the beauty of a perfect pass, Emily.
To have a 10-second memory in volleyball, you have to flush the last point and think about the next one coming.
Yeah, costly challenge there, and that could explain the look on John Cook's face on his way to challenge Harper Murray in some serve receive trouble again. Nebraska loading up on the pin. Izzy Stark goes back to Juravicius. Why not feed the hot hand? It does not work that time. Senior out of Eagan, Minnesota. Nice deep float serve. Hanna pushes Stark way out to the pin. Juravicius in a no block situation. Nowhere to go though. Taylor Landfair loads up. And Penn State still alive. Merzick throws it up to Juravicius again. And it's Grimes there for the coverage. Cameron Hanna on the opposite. Goes down the line. It's good. Penn State. It's deep to the corner. Nebraska still alive. Sophomore setter sensation will try to carve out a run here for Nebraska. Grimes puts it on a dime. Merzick buries it. And set number one on the side of Penn State. Back left position, keep an eye on that. It's Jocelyn Nathan back to serve. And right to Lexi Rodriguez it goes. Harper Murray buries it, not the target. Lexi Rodriguez on serve receive.
Nebraska needs more production. And even if so, it feels like it needs to be an obvious touch. If it's just barely clipping, I don't know if that's enough.
Lexi Rodriguez loads up at the service line. Grimes is even having a hard time handling her. Juravicius gets stuffed. Eva Feldudo in right back. Jillian Grimes in left back. Nebraska throws up a perfect pass. It's Andy Jackson checking back into set number two. Or the serving specialist checks back in for Nebraska. That was a nice serve from Orr. Izzy Stark tested. Cameron Hanna loads up. It's alive. Oh my! Taylor Landfair stays in the play. Orr with a nice run. She looks to continue it here. Izzy Stark goes to the back row. Denied is Jess Merzick. Kennedy Orr has been on a run so far for Nebraska. Out to the pin, a little bit disjointed on the side of Penn State. Taylor Landfair loads up. And Ava Falduto tracks it down. Maggie Mendelson in the middle. What a dig for Harper Murray. Izzy Stark throws it out to the pin, makes it look easy. Cameron Hanna is dug up by the scrappy Malkin. Mendelson answers back, finally with a block. Nebraska checks back into the lineup. A star of the future for the defense of Nebraska. Izzy Stark back to the pin. Juravicius is denied. Rebecca Alec, monstrous. Rodriguez again with a nice short serve, trying to throw Penn State off on their timing, and it works. Nebraska all over the read with their block. To Penn State. Grimes back to serve. Harper Murray out of system, and no problem. She bails herself out. That guy on the line changed his call from out to in, so there was a bit of confusion there. At a ball like that, you hate to see your team lose the point, as we can relate. Emily?
Just disregard for their well-being.
What a block from Nebraska. Cameron Hanna loads up again. Lexi Rodriguez makes it look easy. Out to the pin. Landfair rolls it in. Jess Merzick is there. Cameron Hanna fires in a tip, and Lainey Choboy says it's up. It is. Ball is still alive. Stark tumbles backwards and keeps that ball in.
Penn State is not making it easy for her.
No, they certainly aren't. Bergen Riley back to serve now for Nebraska. Slaps in a floater. Back row attack. Jess Merzick. It is blocked. Trammell goes deep, and Nebraska takes the second set. And all of college volleyball. Cornhusker fans travel so well to just about anywhere. First serve underway in set number 3. That ball is deep for Penn State, not the way they hoped to start it. She comes from a football town. There wasn't a lot of options for her. She said she was just glad she didn't try out for the cheerleading team.
I think we're all happy that she chose volleyball. She's a blessing to watch.
Nice dig by Lexi Rodriguez. Bergen Riley goes back out to the icon. Merritt Beeson loads back up, and that time it's Rebecca Alec. Are you kidding me? Jillian Grimes. Great dig by Mauk. Out to the pin to Harper. High hands. That ball is out of reach. Nebraska it out. Mauk is a tough server. There it is on display. Merzick says, get me out of this service rotation. Jillian Grimes, she's had a sensational outing tonight. Looking to tie it here for Penn State early. Merritt Beeson looking to swing her way out of trouble in a tight set situation. She gathers her team on their side. And a big serve from Penn State. Harper Murray went up with a purpose. That ball was going down if she had anything to do with it. That's why middles are key for Penn State. They have to get some involvement there to open up the pin. And there's a big serve from Merritt Beeson. Izzy Stark. What a play. Oh, Andy Jackson gets robbed off of an incredible. Maggie Mendelson is once a two-sport athlete, played basketball, gave that up to pursue volleyball full-time. Harper Murray loading up on the pin now. Izzy Stark out to Cameron Hanna and denied. Andy Jackson, how high does she touch, did you say?
10-10.
Yeah, that middle contribution is so key for Penn State in this matchup in particular. What a serve, what a get by Rodriguez. Penn State, Izzy Stark finds Jess Merzick, goes high hands. Rodriguez is all over it. Bergen Riley sends it to Merritt Beeson, and Izzy Stark was camped on the tip read. Deep off the hands, Harper Murray gets blown up, and Merritt Beeson lines it up. Jillian Grimes is there through the seam. What a read. Jess Merzick fires one off the hands. Bergen Riley goes out to the pin. Merritt Beeson is stuffed. Taylor Trammell is there. Meanwhile, in the volleyball world, we have a top 4 thriller battling for a Big Ten title in their first meeting of the season, and Rebecca Alec would not be denied. Grimes handles the pass, spots the seam. Merzick puts the ball down where Beeson is not. Back into serve. Wow, it's a wicked serve too. Izzy Stark has one option, and it's Cameron Hanna. Falduto back to Stark, who has no room to go again in a free ball situation. Oh no. We have a player down for Nebraska. Oh no. Keep an eye on that. Cameron Hanna goes big off the pin, and Lainey Choboy is hurt. She'll go to Lainey Choboy, who is down, and Stark digs out a heavy attack from Bergen Riley, and finding the opening is Caroline Juravicius. Bergen Riley back to serve. Cameron Hanna pushes it to the outside. Caroline Juravicius is everywhere. Her 11th kill.
Today she's got 12 on the night, hitting .333 out of her mind.
Is wild in the contrast. Oh, wait, add another, Emily, she heard you.
Go up 23-20. Nebraska has to make the difference and respond.
Andy Jackson loads up in the middle, as she always does. What a set by Bergen Riley again. Jess Merzick back to serve at set point. Hauk tries to handle the pass. Mendelson gets up big on the block, and who's there but Andy Jackson with the wide open pin. Shots she doesn't have in her arsenal. Harper Murray back to serve in the most pressured situation. It's a deep float rocket to Jess Merzick, out to the pin. Cameron Hanna, the chance to close it out, and she will. Penn State takes the third set.
It's a little bit extra juice added to those two players, Mendelson and Juravicius.
Nathan with a big serve to start for Penn State. Merritt Beeson goes for off speed. Izzy Stark loads up the pin. Jess Merzick, has been overloaded out there on the pin. Juravicius. Rodriguez back at the line. Grimes doing anything she can to keep that ball up at the 10-foot line. Merzick in jail at the net. Stark goes right back to Merzick, and she finds a way.
Saw a lot at the first half of the season for Nebraska. She locked down that starting outside spot, and Taylor Landfair kind of just beat her out with how she was playing, but Krause knows how to play at a high level.
Big block for Maggie Mendelson, especially in your senior year for Lindsay Krause. Credit to her, a Nebraska kid that just loves and takes pride in the program. Izzy Stark, meanwhile, the freshman setter. Sister Angelina plays for the team as well. Great feature on them on Big Ten Network if you're interested. Great finishing touch by Lindsay Krause. Jump float serve. Rodriguez pockets one, and Juravicius pockets another kill.
Feeling that good, trying to get a title.
Good block for Tremmel. Bergen Riley finds Rebecca Alec, and that was another sensational dig from Grimes. Unfortunately, could not be paid off on the pin. Great block. Looking to build on a 3-point lead for Penn State. Penn State wins set 4, and they are Big Ten title holders. Rebecca Alec has something to say about that. The ball was called wide. So Penn State still has that challenge left to stay undefeated in the Big Ten. They have almost accomplished that. Wow, and a break off the tape for Penn State.
Teams have been trying to do all season, but are barely able to, and that is ace the Huskers. They are playing
from the way last season ended. This is a perfect test at hand. In State College, Maggie Mendelson barely gets a hold of it. What a dig by Choboy. Stark finds it. And Alexi Rodriguez gets another highlight reel dig. Krause is denied. She covers herself. That ball is over. Faldudo pops it up. It's tight on a free ball. Oh my! One-handed set. Are you kidding me? Izzy Stark. Bergen Riley goes back to the back row. Harper is denied. Great coverage by Choboy. Gets out of harm's way. Krause goes deep down the line. Great defensive play by Merzick. It's still alive. Hanna keeps it in play. Another dig by Menger. Taylor Trammell throws it into the middle. Where's Bergen Riley going to go? To the pin. Krause gets denied.
Stands, meaning there wasn't enough evidence either way to confirm or reverse that. Based on the looks we saw, that looked like the call.
Faldudo nails the pass. Stark goes big to the pin. Cameron Hanna closes out the match, and Penn State has done it. They have clinched a share of the the Big Ten title, their first since 2017.